the Havant show. So come back with me to August 1988 with some views around Havant. This was a slideshow that I had prepared for various venues back around that time, and the way things were done were a lot more simple, as you can see by the Havant show slide, which was just a blank slide with writing on it. So the first proper picture in our show is this conservation area plaque on the wall. Now the conservation area plaque was taken on a property in, I think, Fairfield Road. Conservation, well, it's a matter of opinion, political opinion perhaps, but I didn't really see much conservation going on back then. Anyway, next slide. I'm sure this view will be familiar to many old Havantonians. It is of course North Street with the star in place instead of just the open bit of wasteland that is there now, and we're looking down towards that church there. There's St Faith's right in the background, just see the tower sticking up. A very common view to all of us, and notice the old cars. So the next three slides are of some old houses. I think they were dated 1880, that used to stand in Elm Lane, directly opposite the United Reformed Church almost. And I remember one evening we were in the Six Bells pub, which sort of faces that area, and all of a sudden there were fire engines flying up the road, because mysteriously these cottages or houses that had been stopping the development of the Meridian Centre had suddenly burst into flames spontaneously. After that, of course, they were torn down, because of course they would be dangerous then, and the Meridian Centre was then built. Now the houses were taken between the 4th and the 13th of September 1988. The next view, and I love this one, it's absolutely lovely, looking into Market Parade. Now that is a view that everybody will know who comes from Havant. Almost timeless perhaps, one or two changes over the years, but largely unchanged thankfully. And here we go now, and we're in North Street again, and that is the old library that was, again, all gone. It's many hours spent in that library doing research for school. The by now closed West Street arcade. Used to be a wonderful toy shop on the left, just where that person's coming along, and a fruit and veg shop to the right there. And I remember jumping on those concrete ornaments all the way down as a kid, walking to school that way. Very sad to see it like this, but nice nonetheless to see it all, before the Meridian arrived to us. Then we come outside the other side, and we've got, of course, Davy's Chemist, one of the small things that has continued on in Havant, although with some changes. And of course then we had Curry's as well, just down there. Moving on still further, there's a look back now at the parade, with the road to Homewell directly to the left of us. And another marvellous view showing all the old cars, and again the Chemist, Curry's, and looking down towards the White Hart. Again, one of the nice continuations within Havant is the old house at home. And now St Faith's Church. Well, very interesting for us. Well, I hope so anyway. My parents were friends with a nice chap there, Michael Johnson, who used to be a bell ringer, and he invited us up to have a look from the top of the tower. This would be the 21st of August 1988 on Sunday from 8:52 in the morning. So our next shot is indeed a view of the White Hart from the top of Havant Church, St Faith's Church. A bit faded some of these slides, but nonetheless they let you look down. I think we're now looking down to the was it the gas or the electricity shop just to the left there. And now another view, streets ahead, the ironmongers, marvellous to see them. And a little view a little bit further to the back there, we're looking at East Street. You can just see the bridge over the Hale and Billy line in the background there. And now looking down towards Boots, and that where we took the photograph looking in the West Street Arcade. Now the old cottages near where the Robin Hood was, Homewell in the background, and look at that, a flat car park that used to be there before they put the multi-storey in, and of course just to the left of that, behind those trees, was the Dolphin pub. Another little bit more of a closer view towards Homewell. We've got the A27 flyover in the background. This is looking towards Portsdown Hill. Again, you can see the car park and see the two garages there either side of the main road, and yeah, there's West Street carrying on just to the right of the picture. And there's my dad taking in the view with the binoculars. Notice just to the right of the church pillar there is the Wesley Flats. That gives you a good idea of where we're looking. And then one of those pictures you've got to take when you're on top of a tower looking straight down. The Havant incinerator, and I think that's IBM in the back, in the foreground there as well. And now from the top there you could see Havant Park. And now we're having another look. This is again towards West Street. And then we were fortunately taken in to where the bells are rung from. And finally into the bell tower to see the actual bells. Fantastic. Now something else that's recently gone, that's a nighttime shot of the old Wessex plant, which has been reduced to rubble. Now it wasn't a particularly marvellous place, but it was part of Havant, I felt. And now we move on to the railway, which was, for me, something that was an easy record. That's the parcel vans. That would have been on the 18th of August, I think it was, at 1945. I think it was the 1901 vans from Portsmouth up to Waterloo. Now, on Saturday the 2nd of July 1988, there was a bit of an event down at Portsmouth and Southsea. And they had Deltics and other marvellous forms of traction there, and I was working, but my dad was able to go for me, and he took this following series of pictures. So sit back and enjoy. They don't really need description. There is, watch out for the Terrier freshwater, which is on a low loader, and directly behind there is the Zurich building at Portsmouth and Southsea, which is itself now completely gone. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this show. Just let you finish off with the trains now.